And now it's the Egg Fleet. This is another stealth level. And this one is considerably harder. And again, one point of this level can really trick you. So watch out.
You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible battleship built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
Once we start a job, we finish the job. That's the policy. We're Team Chaotix.
Here's your next mission. Whale Shark flagship. Prepare woman and detect any enemies.
Okay, well firstly, by enemies he means the robots. The cannons are perfectly fine. And what's really annoying about this level is that there are times where you actually have to use Vector to break open the cages, which means that you have to destroy the enemies. And these ones are going to be your arch enemies here. The ones with the shields. Sorry, not the ones with the shields, the one with the lances. The ones with the shields aren't so much of a problem unless they're metal ones. Alright, so what you want to, if you want to take this guy out, because there's a 1-up in there, this is all you can, you have two options. You either keep using SPOs, Shurikens, which are your, obviously it's a solo attacks, what you're most likely going to be using, but you can only do 1 bit of damage. Or you can use your homing attack, which I'm not going to get very leveled up. Now this part had me tricked, because I didn't know what you were supposed to do there for so long. And I hate this part. I hate this part. Right, I'm going to take the lower path. Just watch out for that robot there. Because there's a really awkward part just up there where I've died plenty of times. Even though it's tempting, like the 1-up and everything there, just don't go there. But yeah, I didn't realise that being invisible meant that I could ignore the lasers. I just got curious at one point. I was like, oh, maybe I can use my invisibility. Since the level wants me to use it, maybe I should use it here. It's like, whoa, okay. That's not what I was like, but what happened there? But yeah, nothing about, yeah, I never reached a point in the game where I had to use invisibility to get past lasers. That invincibility doesn't get you past the lasers, you just stop there. There is a point in Casino Park where if you're making your way through the entire level, you do need to use SPO's invisibility, because they actually have to go onto the VIP table to continue the level. Woo! But and there's no switch to get into the secret room there, so you need to use SPO's invisibility, but I never reached that part of the level. So I thought you had to do it. I just got stuck there without any idea what to do, so yeah. I'm pretty sure you will have to destroy all of those robots so that you can get to the cage. And Team Chaotix don't actually have any propeller sections. In fact, we're now skipping a good portion of the level. And I highly recommend that you go inside this as SPO. Because there are robots. There's a robot just down there on the other side of that block thing. Ooh. And these guys up here are annoying. I think it's safer on the other side. He was defying gravity there for a second. Welcome to Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Before Sonic Riders 1. So that's where they got the idea for the title from. Ride through gravity. I really love that song. Anyway. But so I really wish the cannons were still affected by the number, by what level you were at. They're the only things that don't. And for some reason that cannon just a moment ago actually took 4 hits instead of the usual 3. And you have to take out every single one. You have to hit every single one of these switches. So I recommend taking out the 2 enemies on the sides. Unlike the frog, they will detect you if you try and thunder shoot at them. Thankfully, because there's a bunch of them here, ow. Because there's a bunch of them, you don't need to have your teammates standing at the switches. But you will need Vector to break the cages. The laser's going to be the problem there. Alright, now we're actually going to go to the battleship. That was a much easier way of getting to the battleship. Now, there's a bunch of switches on the side. I'm not going to bother with them. There is a fan down there to blow up. Alright, we need to go to the other side. Because there's a fan down. Oh, this part sucks. Trying to get through here. There we go. That timing is really bad. That timing is horrible to try and make. But that, in order to deactivate the lasers on the other side, well, sorry, to activate the pole on the other side, camera's lovely there. You need to hit all the switches on the side of that thing. And this is weird. That cannon is hiding in E2000. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's try that again. Let's try doing Team Blast this time. You can get spotted by that E2000. Sometimes the mission will end. Other times it won't. Like the E2000 can look at you and you'll be perfectly fine. But you need to break open those crates, activate that flower. There's a switch in there that will lower the case, destroy the cannon, without the E2000 spotting you preferably. And then there'll be a Team Blast thing in there so you can destroy the E2000 that way. Because even though he doesn't know you're there, he can still sense when he's taking damage. So, yeah, it's pretty tricky. So he's still going to put his shield up should he feel he's taking damage. And again, attacking from the back doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that's actually definitely the longer of the two stealth missions. Not so much for the extra missions, where again that one's under a time limit. But for a regular mission, definitely the longer of the two. But as I was trying to say, you need to hit all of those switches. There'll be a target switch on the ground.
Here's your money. I captured and captain one of the rules on this flagship. Find the sisters rule and rescue me. Therefore, I told them why keys. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, so and then you need to actually use like Vector's fire combo when you're in the air, like that. And that's how you activate that switch. It won't spin around because it's on the ground, unlike normally. Right, wait here. Don't bother attacking this guy. Just go past it. But I really don't like this mission. Because it actually... The A rank for this one is hard. And it's hard for mainly the wrong reasons. Firstly, those things can push you downwards. Secondly... You technically need to make your way through this level twice to do the extra mission. You only need 5 keys. There's a total of 10. That's by what Eggman tells you. But in order to get up there, you can jump off of that upper rail should you make it at the beginning of the level. But what they want you to do is that's technically where the flower will bring you out at the end. So they want you to make use of this level twice, even though trying to do the last part to stay on the upper pathway is very hard to do. But if you want to get the A rank, you need to deliberately ignore certain keys. Team Chaotix have a lot of enemies in this level, and a good number of them are E2000Rs, the ones that give you 10,000 points. And if you want to have any chance of getting the A rank quickly, you need to ignore certain keys so that you can then destroy enough E2000Rs to get 10,000 points. Because the A rank quota is 60,000. But if you collect all the keys, you'll still have your enemy score and your time bonus, but chances are you're not even going to get a B rank. You need the E2000Rs, and so for a long time I thought that meant you actually had to deliberately ignore almost every key the first time round, and I would just play the entire level. And it could take me well over 20 minutes. Along with Mystic Mansion, this is the longest level in the game. Right, I'm just going to take this pathway. Again, I'm ignoring the key. When you know that you can ignore the keys and get the E2000Rs, this mission becomes a lot easier. But I really don't like that structure. Especially when the whole playing the level twice thing. Because you don't have to. If you know where to go, you can do it all in one run, which is what I would recommend. Because trying to stick to the upper pathway has one really difficult section. Because you need to use the triangle jump along some walls whilst also trying to avoid these spiky cannonballs that are way in the distance, making it really hard to judge whether or not exactly how high you need to be in order to triangle jump over them and beneath them. Very hard to do, and if you miss it, well, now you got to do the level again, unless you're able to do one skillfully made jump and flight. If you're able to do that, you can make it. Right, here's our first E2000R. Obviously, you will still have your time bonus as long as you go fast enough. But I would recommend trying to take out a good number of them. Just grab this key. There is one key in the level that's unavoidable, but that one's that's like the penultimate key, like key number 9.
We just barely made it.
Yeah, that's what they get!
What an explosion! If we were any slower, we'd be toast for sure!
Yeah. And again, I swear that part of the level was hardest with Team Rose, and you have to try and manually land yourself. So bizarre saying that for Team Rose. Whoa, SBO is taking that seriously. A red laser incoming! Right, not gonna bother staying up there. For one thing, there's an E2000, an E2000R down here. Right, well, he has no idea where he's aiming. These guys remind me of Bionicle for some reason. You think it would be Transformers. These guys remind me of Bionicle. I never owned Bionicle, but I saw the adverts for them plenty of times. But he's not even trying to aim at me now. I'm ignoring that. There is a section towards the end of the level that has 2 E2000Rs. That's not going to help me there because the cannon already knows where my teammates are. I think, anyway. But yeah, there's 2 E2000Rs, so that, you know, that's 20,000 points right there. Plus the score from the one egg pawn that's next to them, and for the points you get for defeating them in quick succession, which is why I recommend Team Blast. The only problem is that there's then a very difficult switch to try and get. No, actually, I'm thinking of a different team, I think. Because I believe that's the key that's unavoidable after that. We've got invincibility. There's another E2000. No, there's not. It's a heavy egg hammer. There's a lot of heavy egg hammers in this part of the level. This is why the extra mission can drag on so long, because there's so many of these guys. Like, even further back up there, there's like 3 more, at least. So this level can really drag out. Right, I'm going to switch to flight formation. I'm not sure if it's there for Team Chaotix, but if you headed left there would be a special stage key for Team Sonic and Team Dark. But for the longest time, I couldn't work out how I was supposed to get down there, and the simple answer was jump. Oh, no, there's only one E2000R. I'm disappointed now. That's disappointing. I thought there was 2. Looks like we're going to have to get the last key. Well, technically, it would be it's sort of the last key unless you play the level the way they wanted you to. In which case, it's like the 6th key. So there's a switch there, so that key is unavoidable. You have to get that key regardless. So if you don't have enough points yet, and that's the last key, too bad. Thankfully, I'm surprised there's not more heavy. There's not just heavy egg hammers here. Yeah, Team Chaotix do have one of the harder times here, and this isn't even super hard mode. Still not as bad as Team Dark. I was about to use Team Blast here. That's a bad idea. Don't use Team Blast here. Unless you do end up scoring, unless you're lucky and you do get the Team Blast for the target switch. Ah. Now you can use your hammer down, you can get stuck whilst trying to attack this guy, but it's very hard to do. Right. I'll get the Team Blast now. That's what normally happens to me. No, I didn't. Now, if you hit the hint ring, they don't tell you to use Team Blast so much, they always call it the secret attack for Team Chaotix. Don't know why. So we destroy them. And hopefully we'll still have enough points from the time bonus to get us No, you know what? I'm going to ignore them. I want to be certain. I don't care if this video drags. I'm gonna do this the safe way. So let's start by taking out all the robots here, and they are hidden in the blocks as well. Ignore the key there. Take this. Now there's an upper pathway. Gotta be quick though, this one falls down. Jump here, land on this guy if you want. Now I recommend actually staying in fly formation, ignore me switching formations there. Watch out for the spiky cannonballs, jump, ignore that key, and there's another E2000R on the other side of this flower. And that's where you would proceed with the level, but again, those things are so far off in the distance, you can't really judge where you're supposed to triangle jump. Which of course you'll fall back down, and then you have to go to the end of the level again. Alright, now we have the A rank. So let's go back, and grab this key. So I've padded the level out there, but at least I can be certain I have the A rank now. This is the only level in my previous playthrough I didn't get the A rank on first try. Not counting deaths and restarts, but like actually seeing the results screen. Actually, the A rank might be 70,000, I can't remember, but anyway, I got it regardless. Because again, I just got like another random 10,000 points at the end there. Still don't know how I got that, but I got it. And one other thing is though, collecting those keys is pointless as the cutscene after the Egg Emperor is about to show us. We didn't need the keys. We just needed Vector. So what was the point? Same with Hand Castle. We then just had to escape the castle with the torches.
Oh, looks like we're in a jam, boys. Evil must die. Beware my ninja power.
Ah, enough of this! SBO Charmy Victor! Time to meet your maker!
Bring it on!
I'll show you what real evil is. This must be the final stage.
Is that it?
Not really, boys. This is where we have to get up. Don't let your guards down.
On guard! Guard on! Oh, I'm so gonna get hit here. But what am I saying? It's the Egg Emperor fight. I get hit here a lot, and most of it's unavoidable. Can I get him? Somewhat. Yeah, Eggman actually says the characters' names, you know, as he does with every team. He says it differently there. Like normally he just says the names in his normal kind of manner, and then says time to meet your maker. It's like he's really aggressive here. He's like, SBO, Charmy, Vector, time to meet your maker. And now we just fight this boss the same way we've been doing for every team. Thundershoot builds up your team blast gauge nice and quickly. Ish. Occasionally something like that's gonna happen. Don't know why, but it does. And now team blast. Again, 3.5 minute timer is really not that bad. Once you know how to get 2 level ups for your Thundershoot and then how to just abuse Thundershoot. Once you know that, this boss fight should not be a problem. And obviously Team Dark, it's super easy, as if to make up for everything else. The biggest thing I just hate about this level, besides the easiness to get hit, is this part right here. What I really love, I think we saw it at least once before. Sometimes when you use Thundershoot on these alleyway sections, the character that you fire can actually sometimes get stuck on the weak spot, and they're continually doing damage. And I really thought I was about to hit those things there, the missiles. This is not a place where you want to get low on health. Ah, I missed. I like getting him on the alleyway. I don't know why. I like getting him on the alleyway. It's not very often I'm able to do that. I normally get him here. Look, come on, he's got one left. But that's it. That's the final time we had to defeat the Egg Emperor. That's the end of Team Chaotix's story. The end of the easier half of Team Chaotix. The good half of Team Chaotix. And Mystic Mansion. There we go. That was easy enough. Now, to find out just how pointless all that key collecting in Final Fortress was.
Guess it was a fake after all.
What do you mean, after all?
We're here to save you. Dr. Eggman, I presume.
What's going on?
What's up?
You knew it was me all along, didn't you?
It's all part of being a good detective.
Were we fooled that easily?
You're rotten!
Hey, hold on, you guys. It's no trick, and besides, I plan on paying you. You'll be rewarded handsomely for helping me. As soon as I conquer the world, I will pay you.
Some nerve promising what you ain't got.
We've been had. Just wait a minute. Just listen to me.
Take this, you bad man!
He just punched the door down. What was the point of collecting the keys? In fact, how does Eggman even know what we're doing? Like, it's a radio. It's not got a camera on it as far as I can tell. How does he even know when we've collected and finished our missions and everything? Like, how does he know? He's like, good, keep going. You're only halfway there. That's it, now go and get the rest. How does he know? Look at that thing. It's got, like, there's no camera on it. But anyway, when I was really young, first played this game, I had an old CTR TV. And for some reason, the audio for when Charmy would attack Eggman was messed up, and you could barely even hear Eggman screaming. The punching sound effects weren't there at all. It's not because it's on the it was on the PS2, because I could hear it perfectly fine when I got a new TV. But for some reason, it wasn't playing the sound there. And this song is actually just not very imaginatively named Team Chaotix, but this song is awesome. I still prefer this machine, but this song is awesome. I love this theme. And unlike Team Rose, it actually talks about all the teams, as you'd expect from a song quite literally called, as we can see there, Team Chaotix. I love the ending to the song, the gong at the end. Again, there'll be a video where I have all the songs play. But in terms of the team themselves, I think Team Chaotix is a bit of an underrated team. Like, so many people don't like them because of how long the levels go on for. But besides Mystic Mansion and maybe Hang Castle, most of the levels are actually pretty short. I mean, they do require you to know where everything is. So in stages like Bingo Highway, Grand Metropolis, Power Plants, again the likes of Mystic Mansion and Hang Castle, they can drag on for a while. It's just a matter of learning the level. But that's the case with everything. Everything's going to take you a while the first time. It's just, the problem is, it's just with Team Chaotix, it can take a bit more than your average first time level would take. But once you know, I think Team Chaotix is something that gets better the more you play it. Except Mystic Mansion. Mystic Mansion sucks, and again, that was the easy version of the level we're doing. I can't say the same for any of this when it comes to their extra missions. They are some of the worst. Along with some of Team Dark's extra missions, Team Chaotix are some of the worst, because at least with Team Dark, everything resets when you get to the end of the level. Because there isn't 100 enemies in a level, so they have to reset everything. So, at least that happens. Unlike Team Chaotix, everything's the same, so it's not a matter of, oh, I missed 2. It's a good thing they're all going to reset again now. No, you just got to go back to the beginning of the level and collect those 2 again. But, that's only an issue in some levels. Mainly in Seaside Hill, Bingo Highway, and Mystic Mansion. And Lost Jungle. Now, they're the main ones where that's a problem. But overall, I actually do enjoy Team Chaotix quite a bit. About as equal as Team Sonic. Not as much as Team Rose, but about equal to Team Sonic. But you see, if we hadn't collected all of the Chaos Emeralds, it would tell us to collect them. But here it says we did, so it says defeat last evil. Because we're still not done with the story mode yet. But overall, Team Chaotix, I actually do quite like. Unfortunately, and the worst thing Team Chaotix does for me, sets up the premise of the gameplay for Shadow the Hedgehog, a game I detest. And, it's largely because of its mission structure and its story. and controls are even more slippery than this. It's a number of things. But unfortunately, its structure and level design, the missions and everything with the different sides. Yeah, unlike this game, you do have multiple missions that you can try doing instead of doing just the one. But you know, if it's something like the final set of levels where in order to get to the final story you have to watch all 10 endings anyway, you still have to do every single mission in those final levels, as you will also likely have to do for the first few set of levels. Because there's only a limited number of them, and if you don't do that, well, you're going to just be doing the exact same mission over and over again. Which you already have to do anyway. But that's for Shadow the Hedgehog, which thankfully is much further down this retrospective. In fact, we've got 06 before that. And 2 versions of Unleashed, and Colors, and Generations, and the classic games. There's so many more before we get to that pile of crap. But anyway, that's it. 100%, sort of. That's just probably 50% for each one, but other than that, we've done Team Sonic, we've done Team Dark, we've done Team Rose, we've done Team Chaotix, but we're still not done. You won't believe how long it took me to find that the first time round. I found that by complete accident after wondering for ages. Why is there still one more question mark under my... in the challenge mode? Why have I got 119 emblems when the final multiplayer requires 120? How do I unlock this? I came here, it just randomly felt like scrolling really fast through all the character stories, which you can do in challenge mode, and then boom, there it was. But that's for next time. So that's the end of Team Chaotix. Next up, the last story. I will see you guys